can I just say?
Go on then.
The new patron T-shirt for the Danger Club, as in the games we're playing right now, is freaking wicked, mate.
Danger Things.
Yeah.
Danger Things.
That's strange thing. I know, but it says the Danger Club on it. That's what confusing thing. But it's very, very good. It's very, very good. I like it a lot.
It's a really good T-shirt.
Really good T-shirt. Big up props to the artist.
Subscribe to our Patreon if you.
So you're already on the. You'll be on at least the £5 if you're hearing, or you might be on a free trial. Subscribe. There's loads of good stuff.
Yeah.
If you're one of our £25 and up patrons, then every 4 months we send you a T-shirt, which is an exclusive shirt. It's not one of the ones that's on the merch store. You can only get them by being one of our super patrons. And we always hire an artist or something to design an original thing for it. So for this one, it's some of you will have them by now. They've started going out to some subscribers. It's Breakfast Club themed. It's the Danger Club, but it's the cast of Danger Things on it, which we got an excellent artist for. I actually, when doing this one, I found what I think is one of the first non-dickhead uses of AI in designing in artwork. In that it's absolutely not AI designed. We got a brilliant artist to do it, but it was a brilliant artist from Indonesia, and his English, we discovered during the discussion process of the thing, wasn't amazing, and he had some trouble I sent him the character descriptions as we had. He was like, oh, but are there photos? And there are sort of photos of. I sent him a few photo references, and we were sort of struggling. So then I just ended up going on Wonder and just being like, oh, okay, let me describe it to a computer what this thing looks like, and there we go. And then I can just send him a picture of that and be like, kind of like this, but not with 7 fingers and looking weird. So, and that's how we kind of came out with it.
Otis has 8 fingers on each hand, and they're all twisted in weird ways, and his eyes are sort of. Woo!
Well, Wonder struggled a little bit with some of the ages, which is why there's we'll put a picture of it up on the Discord, which is why there's a bit of a broad age range in it. Benny looks quite young in it, but I think that's because it, understandably, AI image generation gets a bit weird when you start telling it to create pictures of teenagers, and so it's just I'm gonna take what I get on this. I'm not gonna keep putting things.
Is Mitch on the bottom there?
Mitch is there.
Yeah,
Maggie is along the bottom wearing.
That's Maggie.
That's Maggie. That was a teenager wearing Nancy Reagan's famous red pantsuit.
Of course,
Mitch is literally Vasquez. I'm afraid because the only image reference was. For the hair was Vasquez, and our artist kind of leaned quite heavily into that. So it's teenage Vasquez.
I quite like how it looks. To be fair,
I think it's great.
She looks a little bit old. That's the only thing.
That was it.
Other than that,
we got to see Gyms age you. It's true.
Yeah.
Famously, when he push weights and stuff like that, it just it adds a year every sort of pound.
Well, we got a couple of amendments as part of the package that we bought for the design of it, and one of those amendments had to be taken on removing the moustache from Otis.
Because I look like a sort of chubby Bill Gates, circa 1935.
I googled 80s IT guy and just sent a picture of what the first thing that came up, and was just like that, but a teenager, and it came back as exactly that. And I was just just wax that off there. That'd be great.
Who's the artist?
The artist, I can't remember their name, but they were from Fiverr, and they were very, very good. I'll look up your name and we'll give you a little shout out. But yeah, well worth hiring. They do a classic comic book style.
Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Danger Things, a Kids on Bikes 2nd edition adventure. With me today, go on.
Ross, I've got a question. Are you wearing a Baron Bublé hoodie today?
It's The Rock, yeah?
Oh, that's The Rock, is it? Because it looks
very similar.
It's a sort of Minotaur's head on your thing. I thought it was like a promotional Baron Bublé.
I'll be honest, as someone who has only a vague concept of wrestling, Danger Games and WWE, they blend so. I now assume one is the other and the other is. Yeah,
I mean, this is the this is the wrestler that Baron Bublé's referenced on. So
is their tagline "Blood, Sweat, Respect"? It's all over the hoodie, and I've just noticed it's written in small writing.
Sweat and respect.
Yeah, which it couldn't be any further from Baron Bublé in actual fact. Like that is literally. Sorry, not to cross reference an old patron, but he will become.
Bublé's tagline would be more like martinis.
Avoidance,
hide,
awkward sexual reference.
We basically, Ross and I figured out the other day, what kind of the way it broke down is that Liax is based on the character that we thought Hulk Hogan was on TV, and Baron Bublé is based on who Hulk Hogan actually was as a human being.
Nice.
So we are here for the penultimate episode of Danger Things.
Is it penultimate?
Yeah,
we've only just
9.
begun. We've only just begun.
It all comes
already,
together.
But I mean, a lot of horrible things have happened.
Oh, horrible things.
Jesus.
There's been a small town murder, which I love it when these programs sort of like kind of gloss over after a while. Like the first one's a big shock, and then people just dropping like flies, and it's like, oh, another one's gone. It's like, I mean, there's only about 200 people in the fucking town. So, like, Midsummer Murders, I'm looking at you.
Question: did we ever have, when you were young, like a weird, creepy house that you heard about, rumours about?
Yes.
Or like, did you ever break into a house?
Actually, there was a house just up the road that was just sort of like, it's a big street. All the houses are occupied, but there's one that was all sort of overgrown and running. And they did it up, and it's just a family home now. But still, it was like weird.
Wonder who lived there.
Yeah, no, probably a murderer.
There was an abandoned school just down the way. Like there's like we had like a sort of back alley thing you get out to. So you go out through our back garden. There's like an alleyway, sort of led onto a park and stuff. But if you just kept walking around the alleyway, there was a school that had been abandoned that I went to with a mate of mine once. Just to break the windows and stuff and have fun. And we were throwing rocks, breaking the windows. Suddenly the glass came flying back, took the top off my mate's finger.
Oh my God!
Absolutely horrendous.
Shit!
We just went running back. It was like
Instant karma.
Yeah, wow. That's exactly right.
Wonder what it was.
For being hooligans.
I know.
Hooligans.
The hooligans.
There was when we used to go on holiday to Spain near our villa. There was a little villa on the top of a hill, and me and my brother read a Reader's Digest about Boody Dahl, who was a big terrorist somebody in the 80s, and we were convinced that was his villa. He used to go up there. And I was a big expedition up this. It was really weird. It's just on the top of a hill, all on its own, and it was all abandoned and stuff. We never actually managed to get in, but he lived there. Yeah, trust me, the international terrorist. Pretty dark because of an exhaustive half-reading a Reader's Digest article. That's the kind of research I've taken into my adult life as well. That's
There was this little park at the back of there's this one road where one of my mates used to live, and there was like this little green that was like specially for that road, if that makes sense, like down a back alley in this little green, and then it was like chicken wire all around it, but someone had cut through it, and you got into like where the woods are, even though it wasn't really the woods, it was just like a bit of land that had never been used. Do you know what I mean? It was just like overgrown and big trees and stuff, and if you walk through it enough, you'd get to like this old shack that was in the middle of the woods, trees literally growing through this shack. Do you know what I mean? Like it had been there for years and years, and as kids we'd go in there, and they used to have like old comic books, like really old comic books that were all torn to pieces, and then just like pornography everywhere. Like, obviously some old geezer used it as a wanking house or whatever. Like, it was,
I like he took his Spider-Mans with him as well.
Like Spider-Mans, and then just really old pornography.
I'm going to my wanking house now.
I will want to read Spider-Man.
And it was like,
I'll be in my wank shack if anyone needs me.
I remember going home and
wank shack,
telling my dad about it and saying, oh yeah, there's loads of porn and comic books. And he was like, are the comic books still intact? Because he obviously like thought,
nice, yeah.
if they're old, they must be worth something.
They're all well preserved. They all had certain glaze to them.
Ew. But yeah, it was everything was just ripped up, and like there was graffiti all over the walls, and yeah, it was kind of weird. And then like a couple of years later, someone sold the land and
got
now
demolished.
there's affordable flats.
That's the thing. All of these haunted houses are Airbnbs now.
Yeah.
What about you, Scott? Did you have any weird places?
No. I mean, there was a building site that we were playing on. Yeah, but it wasn't old and creepy. It wasn't like the house in what's the name, To Kill a Mockingbird. It wasn't anything like that. We didn't have anything like that. No, there was like a new build that like me and 6 kids played on like a day-long game of war, and like we hid out from each other and tried to shoot each other with fake guns and threw bits of rubble at each other around a house. It was quite thematic, actually. Felt like a bit like a war site if you squinted. It's quite cool.
Nice.
No, we didn't break into any old people's houses and break their glass.
I broke into an old warehouse once as well. Like, there was an old warehouse on the Thanet Way. Like, if you know Whitstable, you know where that is. And there was like a big
shout out,
big on Thanet Way. Yeah, respect.
Tweet is Thanet Way.
There was a massive warehouse, and me and this kid just broke in there once, and we were just like, running around this big empty warehouse full of like industrial. You know that episode of The Simpsons where Milhouse and Bart owned a warehouse? It was like that. They were just throwing stuff into oil cans and watching them bubble, and just like, it was crazy. Yeah. I shouldn't be alive.
Yeah, my friends were one of the cinemas in Staines upon Thames now. It shut down, and then a load of my friends were like, "Oh, we're gonna go break in. Do you want to come?" I didn't, and it turns out I was glad that I didn't, because the police came and then they took all the kids home and they got in trouble.
And that's why you don't go out to anything these days.
That was the end of Ross's social life right then.
No, the police
was that the beginning of the Irish goodbye as well? They just sort of like, you went along, but it was just like the police came and you just left. And
What about you, Dan?
There was a creepy old like abandoned mansion sort of down the road from where I grew up along there, and I have no idea what went inside it, because I'm not a psychopath like the children in this story. And I was like, that's creepy. Well, I just won't go there then, and that's why I'm alive. I'm pretty sure that's why I'm still alive. Like, 'cause I don't take risks.
No blood oozing from the walls or anything. No
blood from the walls.
Was it a proper mansion?
It was a long kind of country road, big old house. It is now, I think it was a decent sized house. It's now a mansion, like, because all of these plots have just been bought up and knocked down and turned into everyone around where I live are like builders, so they just build massive houses on plots of land. So it's a big old mansion now, but it's probably haunted and blood probably oozes from the walls, so they should never have bought it.
Is it really just a town full of builders?
Yeah, it's mostly that bit of Kent. It's all builders.
So everyone just walks around, just going, "Oh, mate, let's go." That's how builders do.
Yeah. That's exactly that.
Yeah.
The truly most haunting mansion is probably the one with Barry Keoghan in, walking around naked to Sophie Ellis Bextor. Topical reference.
Is a good, if kind of flawed film.
It is.
Just because you didn't like that scene doesn't make it a bad film, Ross.
No, I liked it a lot.
I mean, the thing is,
we're over 10 minutes. We can't talk about Saltburn.
I just felt that the taglines were misleading. It was not a comedy. It was billed as a thriller comedy, and there was very light on comedy. It is an interesting film.
It was hilarious.
There were funny
hilarious.
There were funny bits, but it wasn't. I wouldn't necessarily call it a comedy. In that sense, like it was under the comedy section, which is like,
it was dark as fuck.
It was dark, but I'd say probably a thriller.
We got to move on.
Barry Keoghan,
it definitely is a comedy, but
I enjoyed it.
There is a thematic change.
We'll talk about Saltburn in the next episode.
Barry Keoghan, a man that looks like he's 80 years old in a 30-year-old's body. Like, he looks... No, wait, he's 30 or something, but he looks like a 60-year-old man. Like, his face just looks old.
He's got wise eyes.
He has.
We all have very strange,
also got a
quite wildly differing opinions on Saltburn, but we'll talk about that next episode.
Don't come at people for looking older than they are, because we're all getting there, Ross. Let's not. It's been a hard year.
How's your shoulder, Ross?
Speaking of old,
Old John.
Old John, the sorcerer. John Fingers, sorcerer.
I was not expecting a sorcerer.
No, well, he's a warlock.
So that means he actually has charisma as a main stat.
Okay, he's got a few of prepared
because I had to look up what's a male version of a fucking witch, because would they burn a witch?
You had to look that up.
Yeah,
with this friendship group, you had to look that up.
Well, yeah, just because I was going to call him a witch, but then they wouldn't call him a witch.
You could have done. You could have called him a witch. The term witch was quite interchangeable. There is those who are meant to have been warlocks, which comes from the Old English way Luga, which means oath breaker. So at some point, a witch broke their oath and became a warlock. That's how we define it in Old English. But
he's a witch.
Yeah,
So
Ross.
So you didn't have to look it up. You could have called Scott. And he would have explained it to you.
Yeah. Spoiler. I'm just making John Fingers, and I want to make him a witch.
to be fair, if you said I'm making John Fingers a warlock, I'd have been like, yeah, it sounds like a cool character start. Anyway, so it depends what level you're starting at. Then blah blah blah. I wouldn't have had any idea.
Yeah. You found out from Catherine Jacobs' diary that she is the person that may have unleashed this John Fingers upon the town all that time ago in 1970. However, he was a witch branded back in the town's inception, really. And various things happened.
Wait, I thought it was pretty unequivocal that she did release.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, that's what her diary says. Maybe she's mistaken.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just embellishing. These artists.
She wanted to, woo people after, winning Wyoming Artist of the Year.
With her pastoral scenes, which I thought, can I just credit? That was some very good writing, Ross. There was some excellent use of words and flowery descriptions. I liked it.
Thank you. It took me fucking ages.
So you were like, when we were like, that's quite long. You were like, fucking read it.
Every goddamn
Pass
word.
it round and read it.
Scott's just like, look, she's dead, man.
Hope she dies.
He had a lighter in his hand. He was just.
So you also learned that she went and met Charles Fauntleroy for help. And he said that he may know someone that could help. Hint. Also, Charles Fauntleroy's not dead, so just throwing it out there.
Which is becoming a real unique characteristic in this game.
Also, another couple of things. The chicken, the custard hole has been filled in since season 1. Since it
has it?
Yes, it's been filled in.
That was a town. That was a tourist. Well, no, it wasn't because it was closed, wasn't it?
I remember that now. I didn't remember it last episode.
And
but I remember now.
And also, the chicken statue has been built. Around the mall has been built around the chicken statue. The chicken statue hasn't been moved, so they built the mall around the chicken statue. So they would inevitably have to fill in the custard hole, which is right next to the chicken statue. Just to let you know. There we go. So a little bit of housekeeping there. Thank you, Brian. You're welcome, boy. So you've got the diary in your hand outside Catherine Jacobs' house. There is no petrol. You will have to go find some if you want to burn her house down.
We can use White Spirit. We've just got to go back in the death house and get it.
John Fingers just going, we're shaking it.
Now we're outside the house. Does it look like anything's coming out or whatever?
No.
Okay, so I say we just,
I think we need to just go. I'm not going back in there again.
I mean, I was just
I've still got her umbrella. I still got the umbrella.
You do.
I've got the candelabra as well. Let's go.
All right.
What is it, Mitch? Oh my God, I think she's choking on bits of door.
Mitch is trying to tell us something.
She swallowed the door. She smashed through it. Incredibly
still around her neck.
I want to go and check it out. I just remembered. Didn't they fill in the hole?
Yeah, they filled in the hole, which was by the chicken. They built the mall around the chicken.
Damn it, you're right.
Damn.
But I think if
we all forgot at the moment because of the trauma of the situation.
I think if we go and pick up the chicken, the hole will open up.
You think if we pick up a chicken, the hole will open?
If we take that chicken off the floor, the hole's going to open back.
How do we plan to pick up a chicken statue?
I mean,
buddy?
I can
break down a door. I don't know if I can
break down
pull
the door.
a chicken up from the...
You can do anything you want to,
Mitch.
Mitch.
Okay, and maybe like some kind of like dissolving agent.
What about a truck? If we get a truck,
that'll help, but you're going to drive that inside the mall?
I can drive.
We can buy a truck.
Are you going to drive it inside the mall?
It's inside. Am I right in saying it's just inside the entrance?
So we are going to ram raid a fucking mall. Okay, I'm not saying no. I'm just getting it straight. We're going to drive a truck through the mall.
We don't have to drive it through the mall. We just have to get it to the out to where the.
Oh, that's right. We'll carry the fucking statue across the mall to the truck.
No, it's inside, just inside the door.
When
was the last time you went to the mall?
So why do we need the truck if everything we need is inside the fucking mall?
So we stick the fucking winch on the fucking fucking chicken. You drive the fucking truck, and the chicken comes out.
Right, so we drive the truck to the mall, take the winch through the mall, put the winch on the chicken, pull the chicken, drag the chicken across the mall.
The door is just here.
Yeah, fine,
right
it's
by the
close
edge of the
fucking
meter.
by. I'm just saying, it's a pretty ridiculous plan.
Look, we got to steal the truck.
Fine, all right, I know a guy.
Hey,
How big is
guys,
this statue?
what about
It wasn't. It's not that big. It's
But it's still a statue. It's a hefty old statue. Isn't
no.
it?
I mean,
size
it's
of an
small.
actual chicken.
It's
Yeah,
the size of the size of an actual
it's-
chicken.
Yeah, it's not big.
And
you know.
they built a mall around a statue.
Yeah.
That's the size of an actual chicken.
Yeah,
It's
And
super
they put
dense. Wait, God damn it. We can't move this tiny statue of a chicken. Let's just build a really expensive mall.
planning
Like
wall.
the
Yeah,
foundations. All that kind of stuff. Oh my God.
Built it around that little chicken.
and they left the chicken in the doorway for people to trip over.
Yeah.
It's America.
That's why they hire.
It's
That's why
America.
they hire a security guard
That
to
level of
stop people
respect,
tripping.
it just doesn't happen these days, does
They
it?
don't
They
have
just
much
build them all over the top
history
of the chicken.
in that country. They just they need to protect what they've got.
God damn it,
It's
we
been
lost
there
the
longer than
custard
5
hole. We're not
years.
losing the tiny
It's
chicken
protect-
statue as
yeah.
well.
Didn't we name the guy that works on the chicken? Like that stands
Oh my
there going,
God, we
watch out for the
did.
chicken.
Yeah.
Excuse me, watch out for the chicken. We named him, I think.
I can't remember what you
Like
called
Earl
it.
or
Yeah.
something like
It's
that.
also the fact that we now know that the chicken was created after Catherine Jacobs fell off and wasn't that popular anymore. So it's not even that famous a piece of artwork. It's just like
It was famous for the town, though. If we remember back to the first
It's a
season, it was-
protected site. That's why they built it around.
Okay.
Yeah, you know,
Right.
and let's face
it's
it,
a
there were,
UNESCO site.
there was-
World Heritage Site.
there were darker things at play as well, isn't there? Like this chicken is cursed, so they might not have known why they built a mall around the chicken, but actually,
John Fingers' plan. He's there rubbing his massive fingers in another dimension, being like, "Oh, as long as they leave the chicken,
that's the dimension to the door.
oh my god.
leave it there for 20 years."
He went through years of taking over the UNESCO sort of like the councils.
That's how he farmed his power.
Yeah.
Because every time someone tripped on it, there was just a tiny little bit of juice for John
That's
Fingers.
it. Yeah, it's like charging. You know?
Yeah. Chicken tripping.
So much more with his power. Oh my god.
All right, let's go.
What about Charles?
Charles.
They mentioned Charles in the diary entry.
Yeah,
This-
are you still friends with Charles?
Mitch.
Oh, it just turns to Mitch.
You haven't seen him
I
in
mean,
a while.
I haven't talked to Charles in a long time.
Is he dead?
No, he's
alive.
you see him around town sometimes. He was never the same after what happened back in '85.
You might
I
have
mean,
trouble.
after he
none of us
discovered that he
were.
chopped up animals and put them in boxes.
Yeah, like in retrospect, hanging out with that guy was fucking weird.
Yeah, he was real weird.
But he may know some things.
I see, you only hung out with kids too. Like, do you see him hanging out with any adults? I didn't see him
You're
hanging out with any
teenagers
adults.
now, so it's
Don't
not
get
as
me
weird.
wrong, it's odd, but you know,
It's what?
it's odd.
Oh yeah, sure we are. Yeah,
Odd.
let's extra syllables.
How do you say it?
It's odd.
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 2 syllables.
Odd. Well, you're not from where I am.
Yeah, of course.
so
And that's what we got. I'm just doing different regional
Odd.
pronunciations. Where are you from again?
I'm from that place.
Wisconsin.
What's it? Wisconsin,
Yeah,
yeah.
they famously have that accent.
That's how we say
It's the Wisconsin what?
We say Wisconsin.
Okay, so should we go and see?
Let's go see
Fauntleroy?
Charles. Charles is on the way. It's-
Wait.
man, do we
Why
have
are we
to see
seeing
Charles?
Charles?
Because he might know
Because
some things.
He
And
was
he might
mentioned
have
in the diary.
And he might have a
diary's-
truck.
I guess
Darry
we
said
could
he-
ask him some questions.
No, we
about
already know what we got to
She
do.
killed
We don't
his
need
cat.
anybody.
No,
The
we
gotta
lifeless
talk about
body
the
of
cat.
Charles Fauntleroy's cat. I killed it. The
No,
sight of
it
so much
says
blood.
that Charles knew somebody who might be able to help.
No, I tried confiding in Charles about my ordeal. For a moment, it seemed as though he believed me and even mentioned knowing someone who could offer assistance.
There you go.
So yeah,
That-
that's,
Let's go see
that's
Charles.
what it
That
says.
sounds like
Okay,
we should go and
let's
see
go and
him.
see Charles
Fair enough.
Fauntleroy, and also he may have a winch.
The blood's coming out of the door now. Let's go.
Oh my God, honey, what is that again? Cover your eyes.
Those people do not have jobs.
Maggie's just written a sign with a notebook and put it on the door saying, "Do not enter for reasons."
What are the 4 reasons?
Great work, Maggie.
Okay, let's go to Charles's.
You make your way to Charles Fauntleroy's veterinarian.
On the way, I go like, "Hey, don't beat yourself up, Maggie."
What do you mean, don't beat myself up? He
Like
literally
Mr.
said it
Fingers.
was my fault.
Yeah. He did say it was all your fault and you awoken him, so therefore, like, I suppose indirectly you're responsible for like all these deaths and stuff like that. But don't let that get to you, okay? Just listen. My dad knows a few psychopaths. Let's just put it like that. If I wanted to fuck with someone, okay, like I would tell someone that they are to blame for a load of bad shit happening. Okay, if I was trying to manipulate somebody on purpose or trying to fuck with their brain, then that's what I would do. So don't dwell on it. Okay.
Go ahead. I mean, I was kind of caught up in the moment until you really brought it up there.
Yeah, well,
Now
for
I'm
narrative
really thinking about
purposes,
it.
I just wanted to shine a light on something
thanks.
big that happened, and but I'm saying don't worry about it, huh? So there we go.
How did I?
Don't fucking worry about it.
I can't not worry about it now. You see, you keep saying don't worry about it. That's making me worry about it.
All right, well, don't.
You're making me worry about it so much. I'm going to New York as well.
You make your way to Charles Fauntleroy's. You see the familiar sign of the dog being thumbed, but
Still never replaced that
but
sign.
it's covered, like it's half covered up, like, you know, it's one of those signs that's been covered up.
Just see the thumb.
Yeah.
Most of the dog's fallen off. It's
Yeah.
just a floating butt.
Yeah, and the storefront's been covered up as well, with various signs saying "No visitors and closed." What would you like to do?
Bang
No
on the
visitors
door.
in clothes. No visitors in clothes.
no visitors and closed.
Except
Like,
and
there's various
closed.
signs saying "No visitors, closed."
You must be
no
naked.
Except on party business.
We bang on the door.
Knock on the
Charles,
door.
Charles, you gotta
no one
open up.
answers.
Charles, break down the door, Mitch.
We need to stop leaning on this.
Try open. I'll just open the door.
Let's just
Is
open
locked.
the doors.
Oh, okay, yeah, fine. Break that fucker.
Okay.
Give me a
Just
brawn
immediate.
of 8.
Excuse me, honey. There's a bunch of kids going around town just kicking in doors.
Leave him alone.
No one's stopping them. They're unstoppable. They're invincible.
You can fail it if you want.
What about
That's all right.
Something might happen.
Oh my god.
Using all your.
Hang on, what about the fireman's pole? Oh, never mind.
Give me them. Give me the sustenance.
Benny's gone. Mitch is just yeeting her through the door.
You barge down the door. It makes quite a loud noise, and you make
just knocked.
there is a veterinarian
Did
at
knock.
the bottom of in this sort of area. It's everything's been packed away. There's nothing really anything of note. You head up the stairs out the back.
Charles?
You call out to Charles. Are you going stealthy or are you just walking up?
Well, we
walking
just
out
shouted out. We broke down the door and we just shouted out, Ross. Why didn't you
Well,
tell
you know,
us?
I just didn't know if you wanted to be stealthy.
Like when a bard rolls a stealth check, you know, we're just
you just
sneaking
walk
and
up
singing.
the stairs to the apartment above.
Charles, it's us from
you-
the Bigfoot alien.
You remember us
thing?
from like
You remember?
5 years ago?
You open the door and you see sitting in an armchair with his back to you a figure just staring at a glass tank containing an axolotl.
I don't know what.
What?
An axolotl.
Yeah, one of the tiny lizards
what?
with the cute
Lizard.
faces.
Little lizard.
That was his pet that
Lizard.
you remember from
Little
5 years
dangly
ago.
ball face.
All right.
You
Still
you-
alive?
Yeah. I don't
so
know
we're all
their
good.
lifespan. I don't really. Yeah.
If that's alive, that means he's looked after it.
Yeah,
got
but
beard
although
now.
you do look around,
Pretty old.
he's got a bit. Yeah, you look around. There is like takeaway like packets everywhere, and it looks just not kept well. You can see also some alcoholic bottles strewn around. You call out, obviously, when you were saying Charles, and the figure stands up very slowly, almost like it's difficult to move, and grabs a walking stick and turns around. It's Charles Fauntleroy, however, looking much more dishevelled than you remember. He has now messy hair, far cry from the neat hair that he had before, and a big, bushy beard. You can see all throughout there, as I said, you can see throughout the apartment there are empty bottles of alcohol. What do you want to say?
Charles.
What happened, Charles?
children, although you're not children anymore.
First word out of his mouth. I'm just saying. First word out of his mouth.
You are
Same old Charles.
you are teenagers.
That's how time works, Charles.
5 years.
How long has it been?
5 years.
Randy just said.
Yeah.
Oh,
You look like you've done well for yourself.
Yeah. Like what you've done with the place.
You really landed on your knenees, huh?
It's like
ever
about 100 years
since
older.
I sacrificed my stomach to save you from that sock machine. It perforated my stomach, and now I have to wear this glustomy bag.
Is it wise for you to drink all this alcohol
And
with
eat
no
fast
stomach?
food as well.
It is the only thing that keeps me here.
That is not scientifically true, but okay.
Sure.
What do you want, children?
Listen, we've got Catherine Jacobs's book, and it says inside that you might know someone who could help with an investigation of a bunch of murders and people disappearing and some weird stuff happening in the town.
Catherine und Jacobs. I remember.
Doesn't need the aunt, but
I remember her.
I look down, it says that.
She had lovely hairs.
plural.
Is he being played by Werner Herzog now?
I think it is, yeah. Child, you must
change the actor,
Catherine
yeah.
Jenkins.
I remember her coming to me on one of the days. At night it was raining. She came storming upstairs. My little cat Jiggles had gone missing the day before.
Yeah, she mentioned that.
Yes,
Yeah.
she said she killed him.
That's right.
She just said it?
Thought,
Yes, she said that something told her to kill it. Und spirit und demon called John Fingers.
John Fingers.
John and fingers. I mean, fingers.
Yes.
Fingers. We've
I said to her, I could possibly help. But then she looked at me almost like she saw a ghost. And then she ran out of the veterinarian.
She saved
You
your
never went
life.
round to her house to say hello and say you could help?
The next day, this door was... I tried to, but she wouldn't answer. She disappeared.
I think she
Then-
saved your life that day.
She saved my life.
Yeah.
Like
Same
I
thing that-
saved your life with the sock rocks
Yeah.
into the
Yeah.
stomach.
all right.
You are
forever
so
great
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Um,
we haven't been around to say
We
thank you,
really
but
should have
Yeah,
come
we-
by.
we should have.
Yeah,
maybe.
shit.
It's okay. You are
We're kids,
teenagers
you
now.
know. We got things to do.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So,
Charles, why
do you still know someone that could help? Sorry, I didn't mean that.
No, that's basically the
Oh, I don't know if they would be there to hear to help, but I could ask.
Who is it, Charles?
Father O'Flatley.
Well, I can feel that this accent is going to be acceptable when we meet this NPC.
He's from Kent. Fuck you all.
yeah.
Everyone just presumed.
Granddad's Irish.
I'm O'Flatley.
His name is Father Michael und Flatley.
Michael und Flatley.
What?
Wait, he was
where-
O'Flatley, but
Yes, well, sorry, Michael und O'Flatley.
Michael und O'Flatley.
He-
Winter Flatley.
Sounds so European.
Everyone in this
Where-
town is so
where-
European.
Where is this guy?
His church is on the outskirts of the town. I went there long ago when I arrived in America after I killed all of those animals.
Oh, let's not relive that. Yeah.
I needed to repent my sins.
This guy
He
is
Why could he
helped
help
me.
us?
not as cool as I remember.
Why do you think he could help us?
Father Michael O'Flatley, he knows so much. This sounds like a job for the vicar or priest.
All right.
Which one?
I don't. Well, in
Which
Germany
one's
they
Michael
call
Anton
him.
Flatley?
He's a priest.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's my doorbell. Hold on. No, I
that more
don't
takeaway?
want any today. It's my und pizza.
I don't think you should be eating that.
No, you
Look,
still got a lot of
cabbage.
leftovers.
If anyone is to know what serious shit is going on, it's priest Father Michael
Und-
oh, Flatley.
Have you got a car?
Have you
Yes.
still got the station wagon?
The
Vetmobile.
no, it's not called the Vetmobile.
What's it called?
I can't remember what I called
Okay,
it.
well, while you're thinking of it, can you explain why when we met an alien from another world and named it Fingers, it didn't think to occur to you that there was some kind of a connection to this horrible thing in the past?
I tried to forget und that day. I feel even more responsible now. Maybe it is time to repent my sins.
No, you stay here. We'll take your car.
Yeah, we'll take the car. I
no.
can drive.
We're not stealing
I
another
must
car.
come with you.
No, buddy, you got a colostomy bag.
As
You can't even pronounce.
We're not going to fit
as
you
you
in.
say, as he says that, there's a TV on and he's watching it at a low level.
What's on the TV?
You see on the TV, it's suddenly drawn to you. Turn up the volume. It seems like a local news broadcast. We interrupt this scheduled TV show to give you some breaking news. Almost a day after Frederick Johnson, a local teenager, was killed at Sasquatch High, another teenager has been found dead.
What?
Jimmy Smims, another student at Sasquatch High, was found dead in his room this morning. Police are looking into the cause of the death. The newly elected Mayor Rivers had this to say in a press conference. Now, now what has happened over the last few days is a very sad day for Sasquatch. I have the utmost trust in the police department to find out what happened. To allow the students some time, myself and Principal Hardwinkle, and you can see Hardwinkle is in the press conference standing next to her, have decided to close the school for the remainder of the term, but it will reopen for prom.
This town loves a party.
That's acceptable.
The news report then carries on with the story.
Jimmy
and then,
Smims, the Star Wars kid.
Oh my God, not Jimmy.
It's happening to everyone who went up to the woods. Everyone who went up that day.
I think, well, could be a coincidence. Could just be because they're the only characters with names, but still.
Why couldn't it have been Jennifer?
Yeah.
oh my goodness. Is this Frederick Johnson? Is he und dead because of you?
Not because of us.
Mostly
No.
because of me.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Not because
John
of-
Fingers did say it was because of Maggie, but Maggie is just not letting it get to her. Am I right?
No,
don't
I'm
fucking worry about
Really
it.
not thinking about how
Don't
this is all my
fucking
fault.
worry about it.
But it's making me feel better to know that it's a little bit Charles's fault as well.
Yeah. Hey,
He starts drinking.
Charles, get your coat. It's time for all of us to get some absolution.
Yes. Let's get into the veterinarian mobile. He pulls,
That was the name that you couldn't remember? That was what you were trying to...
He walks over to the window, pulls the window up, throws down a rope that
Charles, I don't think you should be doing this at your
he
age.
jumps. He goes, don't worry,
you have stairs.
I've got this. And he jumps out, and you just hear, oh!
Charles?
Charles!
You look outside the window. He is like crumpled up on the floor. His colostomy bag has spilled all over the sidewalk.
No.
And he goes,
Oh, fuck, he's alive. Oh, fuck. This is even worse.
We gotta get into a hospital.
What are you trying to say?
He doesn't look like there's no blood coming out. It's not that far. It's only one story. He just jumped out and then just fell on his ass. Yeah, he's fine.
Charles,
Maybe.
Okay, maybe you should stay here, buddy.
No. let us go. He gingerly gets himself up, gets in the car that's parked around the
Can you
side.
just go
what
finish him
about
off?
your
Let's go finish him
bag?
off. Let's go put him out of his
Seriously,
misery.
don't you need that?
What?
The bag, man.
Don't worry. I always can't carry und spares.
You always can't carry spares.
No, I meant I always und carry spares. So I meant to say carry, but I said can't. Und carry spares.
All right, let's all get in the car.
We all pile our bikes into the giant vet space in the back, and then all
Some on
pile
the
in.
roof rack.
You make your way to the wards out the.
You just left him outside.
Just drive over him.
Thumb in the air.
On you go.
You make your way out of town. Whilst in the car, you see, like, you're literally thinking you can see Mr. Fingers everywhere. Like as you're driving and you're looking out the window, you think you see him in the forest along the road. You don't know if there's a lack of sleep or not, or if he's actually watching you anymore. Eventually, Charles tells you, "We have arrived." You see an old church of brick and concrete and a steeple piercing the skyline above.
God.
A graveyard scatters the outside grounds, all in various states of decay and subsidence.
Why have I never seen this church before?
You get out the car and your feet crunch on the gravel pathway. Then all of a sudden an elderly gentleman steps out of the church in priest robes.
Wearing his priest robes as well.
Strap
Just-
yourself in.
Jerry, if you're listening, maybe skip forward a little.
yeah.
He has white balding hair, red cheeks that could signify a past of drinking, and a warming smile.
Is he carrying some whiskey?
Yeah.
And
Oh, God.
Well. If it isn't Charles Funtelworth.
What? He's not with us?
Yeah, he is with
Yeah,
you.
he's
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he
came
left
in.
him.
No.
No, he drove the car. Yeah.
yeah, he's driving.
Drove us there.
Fucking bitch control.
He switched his bag out and came with us.
Yeah.
He had a spare bag in his pocket.
He's a trooper.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Father O'Flatley, I presume. Michael und O'Flatley?
Well, you can call me O'Flatley, Priest O'Flatley.
Priest O'Flatley.
Priest.
Aye.
Not father.
Flatley, not father.
No.
Father.
You can call me. You can call me Priest
Not
O'Flatley, or you can call me. I don't mind you calling me Michael.
Your name is Michael Flatley.
Michael O'Flatley.
Michael Flatley.
Aye.
Oh, nothing to do with Riverdance.
Father, why do you... What?
Do you know about Riverdance?
Not
How
yet.
do you know about Riverdance, boy? Huh?
I hear rumors on the net.
presumably this isn't the church that we all go to.
No, no.
This is like an...
This is like a little small one.
You know, it's the Irish church.
Is he dressed cleanly?
Yeah.
He's in a rubbled building, and he's just come out wearing pristine.
No,
like,
there's
oh, right,
gravel on the floor.
Okay, it's not like True
that
Detective.
it's gravel.
Okay.
It's like that gravel like driveway that you
Yeah.
have.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Excuse
it's a
me.
mixture of concrete and brick. It's like a proper 70s, 80s building.
Who even comes to this church,
Excuse
Father?
me, Father.
Not many people
that's
anymore,
Nice. I've
but-
talked
but,
over you. I can't believe I'm doing this.
What?
Look, we've got this problem, and apparently you might be able to help. There's a dark spirit, like a witch or a warlock or something, and it's been killing all these people in the town, and it's going to get worse. It's only going to get worse, and we've all seen it. And Charles, he says that you might be able to help. We've got the diary of the old artist, Catherine Jacobs.
It's John Fingers, Father.
John Fingers.
He's back.
I've never heard that name before.
Charles, for God's sake! Why did you bring us
But
here?
listen, you better come inside. You must be catching your cold out here.
Wait, what?
You must be catching your cold out
We're
here.
in fucking TV land, America. It is temperate and pretty sunny.
Well, you better come inside.
Absolutely fucking not. I absolutely categorically. In fact, Betty takes a step back. She says, "Absolutely fuckity doo not. Thank you very much."
Okay, well, I can help you.
Can you?
You better come inside.
Absolutely no way. No fucking way.
You want to do it here then? Okay,
Benny,
fine.
we're out of options. We've
I'll
got
come inside.
Can we do a check to see if he's
This
trustworthy?
guy has a rubble church out in the middle of nowhere that no
not a
one's fucking
rubble
been
church.
to. Okay, no one's ever been to this church. He don't know Charles. Charles was a loose connection to this guy, and no one's ever met him before. Don't you find any of that fucking weird?
You can make a brains
A look at the church
of
roll.
difficulty of 7 if you think that he's lying to you.
17.
I got 10.
Smashed it, yeah.
You get a sense that he is telling the truth.
Oh, I just got a sense that he's no more context. I guess I believe you now.
Come on, Benny.
All right, let's go in the house of the priest.
The way he greeted Charles is that of someone that he does know. It's not like he's like, what are you doing here? But yeah, it's like he hasn't seen him in a while. But
I bet something bad happens inside that
If
church.
you're scared, Benny, you can stay out here in the crumbling graveyard. I'm sure nothing bad will happen out here.
I'll just walk home along the rickety road.
Famous rickety road of Sasquatch.
You make your way inside, and you go through the main hall, which is it's scattered with pews, and at the very end,
You're gonna say pews.
So thought you were going to say
carpeted
pubes.
with pubes. Yeah. Just come in. You better come in.
Years and years of
Don't
unshaved.
Don't mind the thick carpet of pubes.
I shave him every 2 weeks.
The congregation like to shave.
it's very cold in this church.
We have a lovely
Lovely insulation that I use.
every Sunday.
If you
everyone
need to
comes
keep
and
yourself
shaves their
warm,
pubes.
just put some pubes around you. Some pews, yeah.
Some pews scattered around. Some pews.
I just caught your eye. We both just went, what the fuck?
And at the very end is overlooked by like a marble and wooden statue of Jesus on the cross. The only light that's coming in is and like illuminates this big hall is that of candles and the big sort of glass window that projects some sort of bright colours on the floor. He leads you to his office, which is around the back, and you can see that it's lined with lots of religious artifacts and like pictures and paintings and stuff. He sits behind the desk. Okay, so what did you want to talk about then? So you're saying there's a spirit.
Like a dark.
Have you got any?
You talk.
And like, it's we think maybe it's some kind of warlock or something.
That's what Jacob said in her diary.
It's coming out of the pictures.
Here, maybe look. Give him the diary.
Yeah.
There you go.
He looks over the diary, and there are some pictures of the things that.
Have we still got the painting that you took from the first shot?
I got the
Still got the
painting.
painting.
Here we
There
go.
we go.
In fact,
That's
be
what it
careful
looks
with
like.
that, 'cause fuck.
He can come out of painting, so he may kill you now.
We flinch every time he turns a page, expecting something to come out of it.
Do you like keep a record of everybody burnt at the stake in this town?
Sorry, I can't quite see you there, boyo, because the sun is just blinding me.
That'll transfer well to audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, hide
Hello?
behind the pop shield.
Is there somewhere a record of people that were burned at the stake in this town?
Well, I've got a book on the occultist history of Sasquatch.
Well, that'll do, I suppose. Yeah, great.
Okay, let me go and
Let me go get me burning book.
let me go get it. Don't worry about
The
it.
Sasquatch Book of Burning.
He gets up and goes to a bookcase at the back of the room.
Book
He
of
starts
heresies.
looking through them. He pulls one out and he goes, "Yes, this one is about the history of the occultism." He starts flicking through.
I'm starting to understand why none of us got sent to this church.
Well, some people say that, occultism is that of the devil. But to learn that of the devil, you also have to learn the Lord Jesus.
Yeah, but can't you just
Two
learn the Lord
signs.
Jesus and not learn the stuff of the devil?
No, because then how are you going to dissuade the devil?
pubes.
Yeah. That fucking tracks, because if you had like a nice peaceful hometown, it would behoove you to have a family that was maybe embedded in crime so that you could familiarize elements of the local constabulary about crime if it ever arrived at your town, right? It's like an immune system.
Are you saying to me, boyo, that you have got yourself into crime?
Are you accusing me of shit? Your whole carpet's made of pubes. I knew we shouldn't have come in here.
Look, I've looked through this book whilst you've been talking.
You were talking.
He's a multitasker.
It says here, there are various people that were burned at the stake at the start of this formation of town. People have been looking into this occultism stuff. There are names of the victims. And look, he shows you one page, and there is one page of, and it says John Fingers.
That's him.
So that's the guy. Now, do you have any idea how we would, I don't know, use this information to get the spirit out of the town?
Let me have a look at that diary again.
Hand it back over.
He looks at one of the pages, and there's symbols from the chicken statue that you mentioned, that you showed him. These symbols, I've seen these before.
Where?
Let me have a look. He goes back into his books. He brings one out. He flicks through it, and he goes, "Oh no!
What is it?"
This is
The language of Mordor.
this is the demon. It's a demon. This is its symbol. The chicken, and also those symbols. It's the symbol of Amalan.
Amalan.
It's a vengeful demon. It preys on your dreams and your fears.
And its symbol is the chicken, you said.
And it's a lamb. I'm a lamb.
Amalan.
Amalan.
I'm a lamb?
I'm a lamb?
Oh, Black Betty.
Amalallam.
I got it.
A melon.
All that, yes. I guess you could say that as well. It's said that Amalan's goal is to open up a portal to the very depths of hell. To bring about
like
the
custard
apocalypse.
hole?
The custard
It's
hole.
got to be the custard hole.
Oh my god.
And if you rearrange the words custard, letters in custard, you... No, never mind.
Like with any spirit or demon, it needs a totem. That chicken is its totem.
I knew it.
What?
Like I said, we got to throw the chicken down the hole.
It's
We didn't know about the totem.
It's a link to this word.
I knew everything.
Okay.
It stores itself, its essence, within that totem.
Where the
There.
fuck have you been? Like, really? like, are you existing out here? What the fuck?
I know a lot. I told you, boy, to learn the bad, you also have to learn the good, and vice versa.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Wait, I haven't finished my
You
explanation.
can explain on the way. We got a car.
All right, but wait.
Do you have a priest-mobile?
He's got a Pope-mobile.
What time are we on, boy?
52 minutes.
We need 8 minutes of exposition, please, Father.
Don't worry. So, in theory, to rid yourself of this demon, you would have to commence a ritual whilst also destroying its totem.
Right.
But this doesn't explain what... You say this woman here, she unleashed it by doing this ritual, this thing.
Yeah, I
Opened
imagined
it up
it.
to
The artist. Yeah. She did it.
But she killed herself, so... Where was it all those 20 years until... What age did you start seeing this?
I don't remember. I imagined him when I was... we used to imagine him as when we were kids, but I've always kind of... But I thought we made him up, and it's only...
Did you ever visit this? And he points at the chicken statue. Make a brains check 5, both
Brains.
Otis and
Nat 20.
Oh, a 4. I'm chucking in an adversity. I'll make it as well.
Maggie, it's almost like you can't remember, but Otis, you remember
I
one
remember
day.
beyond memory.
You remember one day that your family went to visit the chicken statue. You almost like in your mind can see the photo on your wall of you, your mum, Maggie's mum, and Maggie. Maggie, you can see her in the photo, is touching the chicken statue, and it is around the same time that Maggie started seeing it.
I remember.
What?
You touched the chicken.
I touched the chicken?
You touched the chicken.
You touched the chicken.
That was back before they had the small fence around it, when anyone could just go up and touch the chicken.
Yeah, they didn't have the guy there saying, don't touch the chicken.
How was I to know that there was nobody... There was no rule to say you couldn't touch the chicken back then. They were wild and crazy times. Anyone could touch a chicken if they wanted
And
to.
no one really knew that there was a demon from Avalon or wherever the fuck trapped inside the chicken that could get inside your fingers.
Exactly. Lots
You-
of people
How
touched
could
the
we have
chicken.
known?
Yeah, well,
He
no
could have
one
been.
did.
He could be anyone.
It must have transferred into you.
You
Stayed.
touched the chicken.
Stayed within you, but only is now started to come out, because when you're a child, you're also, you're so free and innocent, with no fears upon the world.
Yeah.
But when you're a
Tread lightly.
but when you're a teenager, there's so many fears, so many things that could trip you up. Don't worry. We'll stop this demon.
We have to, Father. Seriously, was I the only
is
kid
this-
who touched the chicken statue?
Are you-
No other child.
Is the demon
You may
in
have been the first one.
Maggie?
That's all it is.
Oh, I just want to be clear here. Do we need to get the demon out of Maggie? Is this an
No.
exorcism type deal?
The demon only used her fears, has got stronger, and anyone whom Maggie is connected to will also see and feel the demon. But until it gets stronger and it doesn't need just the mere connections that Maggie has made. You said that Freddie Johnson, he died.
Freddie Johnson died, and now Jimmy Smims has died.
You've
And
known them for a while,
Yeah, that.
But like not as long as us.
but
Right.
you...
I've known them exactly as long as I've known
Maybe
some
it's
of
just...
you.
Oh,
It's
wow.
just maybe it's just thematically that they were bit parts and they got killed off to show you the seriousness of this.
Yeah.
Anyway, like this boy said here, we need to get
Fuck,
in.
I'm not a boy.
We need to get in the pub mobile. It's actually called the veterinarian mobile. Not anymore, boyo.
Are you commandeering Charles's car?
Yes.
There's no fucking space. It's full of animals and bikes and kids.
Yeah.
Put
We look
the
outside
altar in
and
as well.
now it's got a Perspex box on the back of it, just like that.
Yeah.
Any more questions before we go?
So how do we stop this thing? Do we have to?
I will research that on the way back. I will take my Rituals 101 book and I will read it in the car on the
Right.
way there.
Okay,
The rituals, but for dummies.
Yeah.
Let's go.
right. Okay.
As you make your way to the main hall, the light from the candle flickers. And then they all extinguish. The light from the stained glass window, it just goes dark. You then hear laughter echoing through the entire hall.
Father, is this regular creepy of this place, or is this a different kind of creepy?
No, this is way creepier than... No, wait. This is way creepier than the pubes.
I can't tell where I'm putting my fade.
You will make your way to the door, but there is something coalesces in front of you. From shadows form up the horrifying image of Mr. Fingers again. Priesto flatly says, "Don't worry. This place is a place of God, and He cannot hurt us here. He steps forward,
Oh my God!
cross in his hand, and says, "You shall be gone, demon. Demons are not welcome here in the house of God and pubes."
Oh no! Oh no!
Then all of a sudden, Mr. Fingers cocks his head left and right, and then immediately raises his arm and swipes at Mr. Michael
Father
Flatley. With his elongated claws, the priest winces in pain and falls backwards towards you. What do you want to do?
Father! More like Father O'Flatline, am I fucking right?
He's not dead.
isn't the time,
He's not dead. He's
Can we
still
check out
standing.
see what's happened to him?
Yeah, I mean, you've
his
got a
finger's
pressing.
still there.
Yeah, Mr. Fingers is still ominously standing right in front of
my
you.
success before, I jump forward and I try to smack the fingers with the
Okay,
bat.
make a fight check of 10.
That's 12.
Nice. You step forward with such bravery towards this horrifying visage. You have your baseball drawn. You draw back your baseball, and then you swipe at Mr. Fingers. You knock his arm as he tries to come towards you, and it knocks him, and he goes, "Ugh."
Got me rather funny bone.
Sounding more like John by the minute, John. Well, unfortunately for you, John, I prefer Jean Claude Van Damme.
He's moved to the side because that knocked him, and there is a straight line to the door.
Oh shit, we're still in.
Come on, we gotta go.
Is he bleeding?
We gotta go.
Is the Irish guy bleeding?
I'd like to,
You can't tell at the moment because he's like sort of bent over.
I'm going to rush and help, help the priest.
Maggie helps the priest to own this.
You make your way.
we all have
Everyone
to-
make
yeah,
a
we all
flight check of 6.
Oh, Jesus.
He can't help us now.
Oh, 6. So 7. Extra 7. No. A little off the floor. It's alright. I found a bit.
What did everyone get?
Got 3.
7.
You failed.
I think I'm busy like trying to swipe at shadows.
Have you ever seen Signs?
Yes.
You know, with
Swing high.
Yeah.
Swing away. Sorry.
Who else failed? No one.
I got a 1. It's alright, I'll take back the one that I spent earlier.
What was that noise there?
I got through.
Cool.
So you failed. Yeah, Colin failed as well.
No, I didn't.
You got
6.
through or you got 3?
I got 9.
Oh, we got through.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
Randy, Otis, and Mitch, you make your way past carrying the priest. However, Maggie, you are just standing there with your penknife, just frozen in fear.
She's like, it's all my fault. It's all my fault. It's all my fault.
Randy, you are also standing there with your baseball, heading down. Benny, you are just standing there, bearing down this demon, and that's where we leave it tonight.
Oh, Shimola.